So hello, this is the second part of the group theory and its chemical applications chapter. So in this session, we'll be discussing in brief about the symmetry elements and symmetry operations with few examples. And here is the list of symmetry elements, symmetry operations and their symbol, which are tabulated here. So the various symmetry operations that can be performed on an object or a molecule may be listed, and on the basis of the list, we can classify the molecules into various groups. So symmetry arises when a molecule possesses identical atoms in certain parts of it. So these identical atoms are mutually equivalent. So for example, in this water molecule, the two hydrogen atoms are equivalent. So we suppose that the operations like reflections, rotations, etc. do not alter the bond length as well as the bond angles. Means there should not be any translational motion of the molecule, and here such geometrical operations such as rotation, reflection, etc. are to be performed with respect to a fixed point, and only the positions of the atoms actually gets changed and not the entire molecule shifts. So such geometrical operations like reflections, rotations, inversions, etc. are performed so that the resulting geometrical configurations will be indistinguishable from that of the original one. So these operations are referred to be the symmetry operations. That is, these operations will lead to a configurations indistinguishable from the original configurations, and these symmetry operations are performed with the with respect to these symmetry elements. So the symmetry elements are the geometrical entities such as a line, a mirror, or a point with respect to which the symmetry operations are performed. So here is a symmetry operation called rotation, and this is actually performed with respect to a symmetry element called a line or an axis. So this is the water molecule in which a line is actually passed through the oxygen atom perpendicular to the plane of the molecule. So water molecule is a bent shape, planar in nature. So rotation is carried out with the help of this axis through 180 degree, and we get an indistinguishable configuration, and this is represented by the symbol Cn. The next is the mirror plane. So mirror plane is the symmetry element kept which is actually bisecting the planar molecule into two, and the reflection is the operation it is done, and we see that both the hydrogen atoms gets actually interchanged. I mean, they get reflected. So it must be emphasized that the two configurations are not exactly identical, but they look alike in all respects, so that one is not able to say whether any change has been affected or not. So this is how the two configurations remain indistinguishable. The next is a point which is taken as a symmetry element, and with respect to that point, inversion operation has been done, and that is said to be the center of symmetry or center of inversion, and it is represented by a symbol I. That is, the inversion takes place so that the points 1 and 1 dash gets inverted, 3 and 3 dash gets interchanged, 2 dash and 2 gets interchanged. And the next is the line of the plane, means two symmetry elements combinedly performed in order to result into operations such as rotation followed by reflections, which lead to a symmetry named as improper axis of rotation or rotoreflection. So here is an example of the boron trifluoride, which is having a triangular planar in shape with an angle of 120 degree, and rotation is performed with the help of this rotational axis, that is which is placed perpendicular to the plane of the molecule, and here 120 degree rotation is performed, and so the C3 configuration, C3 symmetry is obtained, and plane is kept over the planar molecule. So here we should be noting that any planar molecule will have its own reflection when a mirror plane is kept over the plane of the molecule. The next comes identity operation. And what is that identity operation? Rotation about a line through 360 degrees. So 180 degree rotation performed one more time, 180 degree rotation. So you get a configuration which is identical to that of the original one. Otherwise, the identity is said to be that there is no any operation done. Without performing any operation, we could say that no change has been obtained. So that is the identity operation represented by the letter E. And individually, we will just define what they are. So axis of symmetry or proper axis of symmetry, they are represented by the notation or symbol Cn. So C is the derived from the German word cyclisch, means the rotation performed in a circular motion, and N represents the number of times the rotations through which a the rotation operation is performed in order to get an indistinguishable configurations. And also we should see that a complete circle, a full circle will be leading to a configurations which is identical. So we have to do n rotations successively to get a full circle, and hence the subscript n. So n actually stands for 360 degree divided by theta. So what is n? N fold number of fold axis, otherwise it is said to be order of the symmetry axis. Then theta is the rotation through certain angle to give an equivalent configuration. So if theta is the smallest angle by which we rotate the object with respect to an axis, and we get an indistinguishable configuration, on the rotation is referred to as symmetry rotation Cn, otherwise the axis of symmetry. So here is the water molecule, bent shape, planar in nature. An axis is taken perpendicular to the plane of the molecule, and it is passing through the oxygen atom. And here the angle rotation through an angle of 180 degree is performed. So since 180 degree, we could find 360 by 180, n will be equivalent to 2. So it is said to be two-fold axis of symmetry, and it is represented as C2. So you could see that the configuration, which is actually indistinguishable from the original one. So the 1 and 2 configurations may not be identical, but we could just see that some both look alike, and we could not just find any change has been obtained, but only the difference that we have differentiated here by giving the differentiated the colors with the colors over the hydrogen atoms. So this is the axis of symmetry. Let us see how the rotation has been leading to this configuration. So this is what the rotation, so this is what the configuration, initial configuration, in which the red color hydrogen atom is placed on the right hand side. So how it is shifted over the right left side, that we will be focusing. So rotated to 40 degree, 45 degree, and here it is 90 degree, and again it is 135, and then it is 180 degree. So 180 degree rotation will lead to a configuration. So you could see that the red color hydrogen atom has been shifted over the left hand side. So here the rotation is causing this kind of change, but even then the configurations are indistinguishable. They are not identical. So we could say that this symmetry operations could reveal a symmetry property in this molecule by performing a rotation. So here comes the identity operation. So identity operation, as we said that this configuration will be exactly same as that of the initial configuration. So we could say that identity is the operation of not doing anything. When we do not do anything, we leave the system unchanged and identical to the original system in all respects. So otherwise, a complete rotation through 360 degree will result into an identical configuration. So that is what 180 plus 180, 360. So we got a configuration which is completely similar to the top, identical to the top, the original one. Then that is said to be the identity operation, and it is represented as E. And this is how it is rotated and shown over. So let us start with the second configurations that is obtained by performing through 180 degree, and from there one more 180 degree rotation is performed in order to get the identical configuration, that is to have a complete rotation of 360. From here, we'll perform again one more 180-degree rotation from the second configuration. So this is how it is rotated: 45 and 90, again 135, again 180. So we got a configuration from the second configuration. That is, we got an identical configuration as that of the initial configuration. So this leads to an identity element, E. And here comes the reflection operation. Otherwise, it is represented as plane of symmetry, and it is represented by a symbol sigma. A plane which bisects a molecule into two halves so that one is exactly the mirror image of the other in a reflection plane. So for a planar molecule, its own plane is a reflection. That should be noted. So it's a planar molecule. So we can keep the plane in two ways. One, the plane is actually bisecting the plane of a molecule, which is kept in between the two hydrogen atom, passing through the oxygen atom, and we could see that both the hydrogen can be reflected. And one more option is that the plane actually mirror plane can be kept over the planar molecule, just over the planar molecule. If you are keeping the mirror plane, then the reflection is happening in such a way that the planar molecule has its own reflection. We'll see in the coming slides. So this is what the mirror plane on the plane of the molecule. So when you are keeping a mirror plane just above the planar molecule, then we see that the reflection image will be as such similar to that of the reflecting image. So we can say that the planar molecule has its own reflection when a plane is kept on the planar molecule. So here is the plane which is passing through the z-axis and x-axis, which is a planar in nature. Mirror plane is just above the molecule, planar molecule, and we kept the reflection as such. So there is no it will be just similar to that of the original one. Even then, a reflection is happening here, so it is considered to be one of the symmetry operation, a reflection operation. The next is the mirror plane bisecting the plane of a molecule in the center. So here the plane is kept in between the two hydrogen atoms, means it is bisecting the planar molecule and passing through the oxygen atom, and also the axis actually here passes through the z-axis and y-axis. You could see that the y-axis is just perpendicular here. So both the axes will be containing this plane, and this both hydrogen atoms gets reflected. So hydrogen atom red color gets reflected on the left hand side. So this is said to be another plane of symmetry. So this is sigma y z, one more symmetry plane, reflection plane. And next is the inversion or center of symmetry I. And this if a point actually exists in the center of a molecule such that the identical atoms are found on either side and equal distances from it, then the central point is the center of symmetry I. So this is the point said to be the center of symmetry I, with respect to which the flipping actually happens. And what is the condition here is that the two atoms on either side of the point should be identical atoms, and also they have to be separated in equal distances. So the bond length should be same. Then we can say that in that particular molecule, center of symmetry actually exists. So if a point O is the inversion center, and the inversion operation with respect to that point exchanges the positions of the points. So here comes up on inversion, the points gets inverted. So here after inversion we get this configuration. This is how we are obtaining. The next inversion happens and we get the exchange of the positions of the atoms. 2 2 dash gets exchanged, and then comes 3 3 dash gets exchanged with respect to that. So it's a kind of a flipping operation, and it is said to be inversion operation, and it is denoted by the letter I. And comes the improper axis of rotation. It is represented by Sn. S again, it is from a German word Spiegelung, and N, it is the n-fold axis of symmetry. So a rotation by 360-degree divided by n about an axis followed by a reflection in a plane perpendicular to the axis of rotation. It's called a rotation reflection axis. Here we are going to perform two operations together followed by each. So Cn, it is the rotation operation, followed by sigma h, the plane of symmetry, are performed combinedly. So this is the BF3 molecule, which has a planar triangular shape, whose angle is 120 degrees. So rotation is performed through 120 degrees. So since through 120 degree we get a C3 symmetry, that is 360 degree divided by theta 120, then we get 3, n is equal to 3. So it is a threefold axis of symmetry. And after performing this rotation, we get an indistinguishable configuration. So in the place of F1, we get F3 over here. So this is an indistinguishable configuration. And since it's a planar molecule, we are going to keep a mirror plane over the planar molecule, which is to be perpendicular to the axis. So that is the requirement over here. So the plane should be perpendicular to the axis. So that that plane is said to be sigma h. And after performing this reflection operation, you could see that since a planar molecule has its own reflection, it just gets reflected as such. But then this is actually indistinguishable from that of the original configuration. So it will lead to a symmetry operation called S3. So this is the improper axis of rotation, and we shall see how it is actually obtained. So this is the BF3 molecule, triangular planar in shape, and axis is perpendicular, and it is passing through the boron, and the rotation is performed. So this is a 60-degree rotation and comes 120-degree rotation. So we get an indistinguishable configuration, and later we are going to keep a plane over the mirror plane over the planar molecule, and that plane should be perpendicular to the axis. Then after the reflection, what you get, we get a configuration which is similar to that of the molecule. So it has its own reflection, but then it is indistinguishable from that of the original configuration, but not identical configuration. So here comes the S3 symmetry operation, that is improper axis of rotation. So the summary over here, so any symmetry operation are performed on a symmetry molecule, and the requirement of a symmetry molecule is that it should have an identical atoms or equivalent atoms in certain part of it, and the angle should not be changed, as well as the bond length doesn't change on the symmetry operation. There is no any translational motion. So these are all the brief these are all the summary of the symmetry operations we have performed. This is the rotation to a certain angle, which get indistinguishable, and again one more rotation of 180, we get identical configuration, that is 360-degree rotation and full rotation. The next is a reflection, we get this reflection, and next is the identity flipping takes place, and next is the rotation followed by reflection, we get improper axis of rotation. So individual symmetry operations we will be discussing in brief in coming sessions.